Dear friends, in last session we have discussed about unstructured methods of acquiring knowledge. In today's session we are going to discuss about the methods of acquiring knowledge, that is structured methods of acquiring knowledge. If you have not yet subscribed the channel, please subscribe it now and press the bell icon to get the notification whenever we upload the new videos. Friends, welcome to Chanagiri's Nursing Education Tutorials. Let's begin with the second part of acquiring knowledge, that is structured methods of acquiring knowledge. Name itself suggests that structured means systematic way of acquiring information about the facts and figures or subjects or events or objects or procedures, etc. That is knowledge. Structured methods of acquiring knowledge further classified into the first one, logical reasoning. It includes inductive reasoning and deductive reasoning, assembled information, problem solving, and scientific method. Friends, let us begin with the first type of structured method of acquiring knowledge, that is logical reasoning. Reasoning means the action of thinking about something in a logical or sensible way. Here I want to take an example of Sir Isaac Newton. When he was a child, witnessed an incident that falling down of a mango from mango tree while standing beside of it. Then he started thinking on it, why that mango fall down on earth, why it has not gone up. Then he studied systematically and realized something is there in the earth which grasped the mango towards it. Based on his thinking, later on he developed the theory of gravitational force. Yes, like that, if we think systematically on the incidents which we may come across, then it is said to be logical reasoning. In logical reasoning, we do find again two types. One is inductive reasoning, another one is deductive reasoning. Let us begin with the inductive reasoning. It means thinking from specific to general. For example, motor vehicle accident. Here we can start to find out the cause of accident by thinking from specific to general. That is, we go on listing the causes of accident. That is, accident may be a fault of driver or vehicle itself. It may be happened due to brake failure, wrong side driving, drunken driving, and so on. We go for generalizing the cause of accident. This is what inductive reasoning. Next type is deductive reasoning. Deductive reasoning means thinking from general to specific. For example, we can take here a patient suffering with disease. First, what we do? We take the detailed history of patient, including his personal, familial, social, dietary, personal life, and history of illness. Then we try to find the specific cause for particular disease. This is what deductive reasoning. Next, structured method of acquiring knowledge is assembled information. Sometimes we assemble the information for treatment of a disease. For example, here we can take COVID-19. To treat the patient, we start assembling the information from various disciplines of medicine because it does not have a specific treatment in any kind of discipline. We collect the information from allopathic, Ayurvedic, homeopathic, Siddha, etc. and apply the reasonable modalities of treatment on a patient. This is what we say assembled information method. The next method of acquiring knowledge, that is structured method of acquiring knowledge, is problem solving method. Problem solving method involves series of steps. That is, the first one is defining the problem, second one is analyzing the severity of that particular problem, then third one is generating possible solutions. Fourth one is selecting best possible solutions. Fifth one is implementing the solution, and sixth one is evaluation. Friends, we can correlate these steps of problem solving with our nursing care plan, that is assessment, nursing diagnosis, objectives, planning of interventions, implementation and evaluation. This is just like our nursing process. Let us see the first step of problem solving method, that is defining the problem. Defining the problem and its severity as precisely as possible means in which state the problem exists. Once you define the problem, then you need to go for next step, that is assessing the nature and magnitude of the problem. Means here you need to identify the problematic factors of a problem, that is which factors are affecting the client. Once you identify the factors, then you go for the next step, that is generating possible solutions. Means here you need to analyze the possible solutions. For example, the patient developed bed sore. Then the possible solutions are changing the position, back massage, provision of comfortable devices, etc. The next step is analyzing and selecting the best solution. Here in this step you need to select the best solution to implement to solve the problem. After that you move to the next step, that is implementation, that is which action you have chosen to solve the problem, that action you are going to implement in this step. After implementation, the last step is evaluation. Here you are going to evaluate the implemented actions outcomes. This is what problem solving method. I hope all of you have understood the problem solving method. Next method of acquiring knowledge is scientific method. The scientific method involves a series of steps that are used to investigate a natural occurrence. Means in this method of acquiring knowledge, usually individual or investigator is going to investigate a new or unknown knowledge about the naturally occurring phenomena. The scientific method is having some characteristics. Those are: scientific method involves orderly and systematic steps. In scientific method, scientist or investigator attempt to control the external factors that are not under direct investigation. Means he tries to control here extraneous variables. Scientific method findings are based on empirical evidence. Findings of scientific method can be generalized. Findings, that is results of scientific method, are based on assumptions and hypotheses, that is predicted outcomes. Scientific method basically conducted to develop or test the theory. These are the some characteristics of scientific method. Next we will see the steps of scientific method. The steps of scientific methods are: the first one is the identification of problem or a question. Second one, observation or research. Third one, review of literature. Fourth one, formulate a hypothesis, that is predicted outcome. Then fifth one, experiment or testing the hypothesis. Collect and analyze the results. Conclusion, and last one is communicate the results. Friends, steps of scientific method and research process are same. So I explain these steps in detail while explaining the steps of research process. Here for your understanding I explain briefly. Let us see one by one. The first step of scientific method is problem or question. Here investigator need to develop a question or problem that can be solved through experimentation. The second step is observation or research. Here, investigator make observations, that is, collecting data related to the problem or experiment. The third step is review of the literature. Review the available literature on that particular problem. The fourth one is formulate a hypothesis. Here, the investigator predict a possible answer to the problem or question. The fifth step is experiment. Here, the investigator is going to develop, implement and follow a procedure. Then sixth one is collect and analyze the result. Here, investigator collect the data and modify the procedure if needed. Confirm the results by retesting. Analyze that result by applying statistical methods, that is descriptive and inferential statistics. The next one is conclusion. Here, investigator is going to draw the conclusion about the experiment whatever he has done. It includes a statement that accepts or rejects the hypothesis, make recommendations for further study and possible improvements has to be done in the procedure. And the next step is communicate the results. Here, the investigator is going to communicate his experimental results to the audience. So, this is about scientific methods of acquiring knowledge. Friends, in this session we have learned structured methods of acquiring knowledge. I hope you all have enjoyed the lecture and understood the concept of knowledge. Next session we will discuss one more important topic, that is overview of nursing research. Till that time, take care and thank you for watching and listening my lecture. Thank you.